Hi everyone, my name is Claire.
And I'm John.
And today we're talking about an article called King Charles III. Unfortunately, I probably don't need to explain who that is. He's one of mine. Sorry. But yes, it was kind of a big deal recently when he became the new king of the United Kingdom. Obviously, we'll get into more detail as we look through the article. But let's start with some issues of the British royal family in general. King Charles's mother, Queen Elizabeth II, is the world's longest reigning monarch. So to the memories of most of the people who are alive today, the monarch of the UK was Elizabeth II. What is your earliest memory of Queen Elizabeth II?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been alive for 70 what years?
Yeah, 70
that
odd.
she was reigning. So the earliest memory I have is just, walking past news and hearing, phrases like the Queen. Mm-hmm. And it was just part of everyday news life, right? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So it wasn't that my earliest memory was something like so specific to her. Rather, it was specific to the monarchy and being called the Queen, mm-hmm. the United Kingdom. And I would have to say probably I came more into realization that the Queen was an actual person. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Probably like late high school, early college when I actually started paying attention to news stories a bit more. Mm-hmm. And that's when I, finally saw her image. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And of course, it was Princess Diana, right? Who really launched the interest of my brain into the monarchy in the UK, because of course that was on the news for quite a long time. And so, speaking of King Charles too, but anyways, so I definitely knew about the monarchy at that time, but again, probably, yeah, I would say really early 2000s is when I finally saw the image of the Queen at the time. Mm-hmm.
I guess, yeah, it's interesting you put it like that, seeing her image, because we, from my earliest days of being a kid, it's on the money.
Yes.
She's on the money. So she was just that face that was on the money to me. And again, yeah, perhaps you don't put it all together. She's so much of a symbol. You don't think of it like a real human being in many ways. She's not in many ways. She's just a figurehead. I guess just like Charles is also. He is a human, but he's just sort of playing an image. It's like that eagle that is to America.
Oh,
it's a symbol. Yes, the eagles are real, but also it's just the symbol of America.
Yeah. Eagles are real, I can attest.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I've never seen one.
Even bald ones.
But yes, I think the royal family hitting the headlines with the Charles and Diana scandal in my sort of teenage years was probably my first awareness of people talking about the Queen's opinion of the breakup of Charles and Diana and stuff like that.
If I may talk about the impressions of King Charles. Yes.
Yes.
I mean, to be honest, since I was so young, the whole scandal went over my head. It was in fact not until he became king that I more fully understood what has happened. So my first impression of King Charles was, number one, I can say this because I'm not British. Okay.
Go on.
Number one, he looks creepy. Him and his father both look a lot on the side of possibly trying to avoid them if you met them on the street. So when he went to sign some document after he became king, and he got annoyed at the help around him for not clearing off the ink or the things that were scattered about in front of his desk, it fit his image very well. And I thought to myself, although I'm not hugely participant in the royal culture, I do already miss Queen Elizabeth II. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was she might have been a lizard person according to some, but at least she was a nice lizard person.
Yeah. I think, it was weird when she died that I think even the anti-monarchists found it hard to find something really negative to say about her. Like, she was just such a cute little old lady for most of our lives, and yeah, it was hard. But with Charles, it's so easy to find things to criticize him for.
But this article doesn't.
No, strangely. Well, speaking of the article, let's take a look at what this writer has to say about Queen Elizabeth and Charles III, and then we'll come back and give you our opinions.
King Charles III. Queen Elizabeth II, England's longest reigning monarch, was liked for her pleasant personality and cultural sensitivity. When it came to serious issues, however, she made a point of keeping her opinions to herself. The world is now waiting to see how things will be with newly crowned King Charles III. He has a history of vocally supporting causes such as environmental protection, and he has already shown a more open, approachable persona. Then again, there are those who say the UK no longer needs a monarch.